Okay, so I hope I'm audible to all. I welcome you all to today's session. आज का जो सेशन होने वाला है वो मोस्टली स्टूडेंट्स और जो जॉब सीकर्स है उनके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से होने वाला है एंड आई वेलकम यू ऑल फर्स्टली एंड लेट मी टेल यू द टाइटल फॉर टुडेज वेबिनार is career vision approach, computer science perspective career opportunities. And for this we have with us today's expert, Mr. Pawan Kumar. Mr. Pawan Kumar sir is currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of IT and VNR Vigna Jyothi Institute of Engineering and Technology, recognized as college with the potential excellence by UGC and accredited by NAC with A++ grade, located in Hyderabad. Let me tell you more about Mr. Pawan. He has an experience of 10 plus years in teaching and research, strong educational professional with a master's degree in computer science from KL University and pursuing his PhD at SRM IST Chennai on the topic lung cancer detection using a deep learning. He received Faculty Excellence Award for his excellence in caring for students' career from ED and IMM IGO in September 2021. He has been a top performing mentor for various NPTEL courses like discrete mathematics, joy of computing using Python, and programming data structures and algorithms using Python. He's looking forward to offer training in the Python programming, and he had a demonstrated experience of 3 years in offering Python training as well. So his research interest includes medical image analysis, disease prediction using deep learning. So let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Praveen Kumar sir. Yeah, welcome sir.
Yeah, thank you. Am I audible to you?
Absolutely audible, sir. Please continue, sir.
What about the screen, sir? Is it visible?
I cannot see your screen, sir, as well as no video.
Okay, just a second.
If you can just share your screen.
Yeah, just a second. I'll be sharing.
Yeah, take your time, sir. No problem.
Yeah, is it visible now?
Yes, sir. It's visible, but it's quite small. If you can make it vertical, horizontal, sorry. Okay, that's also fine, sir. You can continue.
Yeah. Okay, very good evening, everyone. So myself, Pavan Kumar. So currently working as assistant professor in VNR VJIT Hyderabad in Department of IT. So before I start the session, I just want to tell you what is my eligibility to talk on this topic: career vision approach, computer science prospect to career opportunities. So basically, other than assistant professor, I'm also working as a placement coordinator from the department side at our institute. So since last 6 years, I've been involved in the placement activities. So I just want to share my observations. So what are the opportunities that a computer science or IT graduate can have after graduating, or maybe in the final year of his graduation? Not only computer science or IT, any undergraduate student, whether it is ECE, electronics and communications, or electrical, or automobile, or mechanical, or civil engineering, whoever it is. So if you could follow some tips, okay, everybody can avail these opportunities. Only thing is we need some proper strategy to get software job, or the uh, or if you want to land in a career in a software job. Okay, the only thing is we need to have some proper strategy. So we are going to look at all those things here in this today's session. Okay, so this is my agenda. So firstly, I would like to talk on what are the career options or opportunities after graduating, and what are different types of companies and that are currently recruiting the students or graduating the students who are graduated from computer science or IT. And thirdly, I would like to discuss about what can be the approach or strategy to crack product development companies. And here, strategy in the sense, I would like to present the strategy that we are following in our college, which has been more successful since last 10 years. Right. And what are the current hiring trends, and what is the skill set required by the industry? And at the end, I'm going to give you some tips or tips to improve your coding skills also. Okay, so this would be the main agenda, and these are the points that we are going to discuss. And then let us start with what are the different career opportunities that we can have in computer science perspective. Okay, I'm not talking about electronics or electrical students. Okay, of course, they also can get these jobs, but in the view of computer science, I'm just talking about these roles or job opportunities. The first one is we can have a software development engineer. Okay, so basically, uh, and then we have data engineer, cloud support engineer, full stack developer, and then IT consultant. Uh, he can be what software quality assurance engineer. He can be a game developer. He can be a security analyst. He can be a user interface designer. He can be a ML engineer also. Okay. So basically, what is a software developer? So basically, I just give you one line of idea about what are these roles means, right? Because we can't discuss in depth about this. So I'll just give one line of description what is meant by all these roles. Okay, first of all, let us consider software development engineer. So basically, he'll be researching or designing and implementing and managing software programs. Okay, and he is going to write programs for testing and evaluating also. Okay, how he is going to test the new programs also. Okay, that is what basically he is going to develop the software. That's it. Or he is going to program it. That's it. So that's just a glimpse, Andy. So I'm not explaining in depth what is software developer means. I'll just give only one line of description. That's it. And secondly, we have data engineer. So basically, data engineers, they are responsible for finding trends in data sets. Okay, after finding trends in data sets, they are going to develop algorithms to help make the raw data more useful for the organization, or it may be useful for predicting the future also. Okay, that's what data engineer do. And next we have cloud support engineer. So basically, cloud support engineer is responsible for maintaining cloud computing systems, and he need to be familiar with the computer hardware as well initially. Okay, and the most important responsibility is that you need to identify potential weaknesses or problems, and they need to upgrade software or hardware system to ensure optimal performance. So this is what cloud support engineer do in basic. And if you take a full stack developers, they are responsible for front and back end web development. That means basically they develop websites. So website development means what? We have two phases, front end and back end developments. That means they are going to work on what client or server side program. So this is what full stack developer is going to do. And then we have IT consultant. consultant also. IT consultant, basically consultant, so name itself indicates that consultant. You need to understand customer requirements, and you need to understand the business objectives, and you need to act accordingly. So this is what IT consultant will do. We don't need any, what I can say, much of coding background for IT consultant. So basic technical skills are enough for this. Okay. So general technical specialists that focus on integrating IT into business. This is what IT consultant will do. Okay, and solving the client's problem, or serving the client request, or showing the clients how to use IT more efficiently to reach their objectives. So they just have the ability to demonstrate how IT service will work. They don't need to bother about how the product or service has been developed. Okay, that's what IT consultant is going to do. And if you take a software quality assurance engineer, so he is going to monitor every phase of development process. Okay, software development means there are so many phases will be there. So software quality assurance engineer is going to monitor every phase of the development process to ensure that the design and software. So he's going to check the standards at each and every point of time. Okay, that's what. So that is going to assure the quality of the software that is being developed. And we have a game developer. So he's going to work on teams to plan, design, and produce video games, maybe for computer desktop or maybe for mobile phones. Okay. And we have a security analyst on the other side. So design and implementing security systems to protect the company computer network from cyber attacks. Of course, cybercrime has been a threat nowadays. Okay. And then user interface designer. Okay, so designing the user interfaces for software application. Machine learning algorithms, you need to study the existing machine learning algorithms, and you need to make it. Okay, we must be able to apply the existing machine learning algorithm to solve the real world problems. Okay, you need to identify what are the limitations with respect to the existing machine learning algorithms, and he will try to come up with what new algorithms also. Okay, basically they're going to build machine learning models to predict future. So these are the career options, and these are the most trending jobs in the current world. This is the current scenario actually, especially data engineer and machine learning engineers. This is the current, and full stack developers. So this is the current. Could train himself with respect to data science or machine learning. Okay, he could land up in an excellent job with a minimum package of 5 lakhs. Okay, so that's what we can talk about this job, different job roles. Okay, so next we have what are different types of companies in general. So basically, most important, we can divide the companies into two categories. One is product-based companies, and second one is what? Service-based companies. So as a student, you must understand what is the difference between these two companies. What product-based companies are going to do, and what is meant by service-based company. So I'll just give online of description what exactly these companies. Okay. So product-based companies, that they generally create or design their products or application in advance, even before client approach them. Okay, they don't consider, or they don't take, they don't depend on the client request. Okay, so even before the client approach, they develop their products, and once the product is made or application is developed, okay, it is open to the market, right? So on the other side, service-based company, what they are going to do is they work only when client approaches them. Okay, so with specific needs or requirements. So based on the client request or requirements, company is going to undertake the project, and they are going to develop the product based on the client approach. That's what service-based company in the sense. But product-based, before client approaches, okay, before in advance they are going to develop. Okay, so there is no need of considering client request here. But service-based companies, depends on the client request, they are going to develop the products. Okay, so once the client requests for a particular service from them, they start building their product or customizing it to the so that it is going to suit the client requirements or client needs. That's what service-based companies do. Okay, so these are the types of companies that you can see in general in the recruitment process. Okay, right. And then what? So So the third point in our agenda is what is the approach and strategy to crack product development jobs. Okay. So what we suggest is, I would like to suggest 5-step strategy if you are looking to crack product development companies. Okay. You need to work rigorously. That is the first one. Okay. So in the step one, what you're going to do is you need to learn some languages, C, C++, Java, or Python. You just be perfect with at least 2 languages to learn. Okay. You just try to learn what are the different programming constructs that each and every language is having. What is the syntax? Okay. So basic programming skills are required here. So that would be the first step, right? And for the, you need to learn it rigorously. Why? Because cracking product development jobs is not that easy task here. Okay. You need to be a good coder. Okay, here I'm just suggesting this 5-step approach to become a good coder so that you can crack product development companies. Okay, so the first step is just learn a language, C, C++, Java, Python programming, whatever it is. And in the step 2, most of the product development companies, they look for the candidates who are strong at data structures and algorithms. Okay, you might be learning in this maybe first year, second semester, or second year, first semester. Okay, you must be thorough with these concepts of data structures and algorithms. Once you know the programming language, once you know the data structures and algorithms, okay, that means based on the given problem, suppose some problem is given to solve. Okay, you must be able to identify what is a suitable data structure, because we have so many data structures. We have linear and non-linear data structures. Okay, you need to identify the suitable data structure for the given problem. So that is main task here. For that, you need a practice. So first learn the programming language, and then try to learn the concepts with respect to data structures and algorithms. Okay, and then so once we have learned the step 1 and step 2, the step 3, you need to practice. There are so many competitive coding platforms like HackerRank, HackerRet, TopCoder, CodeChef, and Geeks for Geeks. Okay, so they're free. They're free to practice. Only thing is you need to create a user account and then keep on practicing. At least you need to spend 2 hours in a day. Okay, maybe after your classwork, whenever possible. Okay, so I suggest you to focus on in the early morning hours, maybe from 5 to 7 or 4 to 6, whatever, so that that would be the good time to learn. Okay, so once we learn, I mean, in step 3 is crucial. Okay, this is where your coding skills will be improved. Once you learn these concepts, data structures and algorithms, and you're able to implement with some programming language, you just practice it. There are so many varieties of problems in these platforms that I mentioned, maybe starting from easy to difficult or advanced. Okay, start solving easy problems and then go to intermediate and then solve the advanced one or some complex problems. Okay, if you could spend at least 2 hours in a day, you can become a good coder. Okay, you will get into touch with that. Okay, right? So that's what I suggest in step 3. So you need to practice. Okay, so without practice, nothing is possible. You need to practice that. Okay, so in the step 4, so other than this coding aspect, okay, once you're thorough with this practice and you completely, if you are getting in touch with the coding or solving any kind of problem, okay, so you need to learn some theory subjects also here. Why? Because you're going to get some technical questions on concepts of networking, maybe on operating system, maybe on database management systems, maybe on software engineering, maybe on object oriented concepts also. Okay, so only thing you don't need to completely study those subjects. You just go through what are the previous interview questions on these subjects. That would be enough. Why? Because there will be some technical questions in the technical interview other than coding questions. Okay, so be thorough with these theories also. Theoretically, you must understand what are different concepts that I mean, just have the knowledge. That's it. You don't need to study in depth about these subjects. Okay, so this is step 4. So once we have this, okay, once you know one programming language and you're thorough with the data structures and algorithm and you have the good practice, okay, and if you have some theoretical knowledge about the subjects that I mentioned in the step 4 and the step 5, it would be your end game. That means you're now ready. Okay, forget about the companies that are visiting. Okay, I mentioned some coding platforms here, competitive coding channels, Interview Bit, Lead Code, and Career Cup. Okay, they always run open hiring challenges. They will be running by different top MNCs, different product development or IT based companies, service based companies. Okay, you no need to wait for what your college to bring up some companies or your placement cell to bring up some companies. You just search for some open hiring challenges. You just attempt it. Okay, you no need to take permission from anyone. Okay, nowadays, no, with the irrespective of the college, okay, whatever the wherever you study, whether it's IIT or NIT or some autonomous college or some state university, it doesn't matter. Everything is open. All our recruitments are open challenges. For example, you take TCS. Previously, TCS, no, they were confined to some campuses only, but now they're running all India test. It's an open hiring. Anybody can participate. Okay, they are just conducting national level national qualifier test for recruiting. Other side, they have also code vita competitions. Anybody can participate. Only thing is just go to that portal and just register. You'll keep on getting the updates regarding exam and all, and sometimes you will get some preparation tips also. Okay, so that would be your end game so that you can hit your target. So this is just a simple strategy to crack product development companies. Only thing is step 3 is very crucial. Practice. You need to practice on different coding platforms. Previously, we don't have these kind of coding platforms, but the students who are graduating, okay, in past 5 or 6 years, they have wonderful opportunity. Okay, right? You don't wait for any facilities to be provided for the colleges in the country, because no, everything is available online. No need to facilitate anything. Okay, everything is facilitated already. Only thing is you need to know about it and start using it. That's it. Okay, so that's what strategy that we could suggest. Okay, right? And then, and this could be some training roadmap. This can be adopted by different colleges or training institutes. Okay, or even students can make a note of this also. Okay, so 4 years of BTech. Okay, any branch, computer science, IT, or electronics, whatever, irrespective of the branch, this could be the training roadmap for 4 years of BTech, Bachelor's of Technology. So in the first year, they could focus on employability skills. That means adaptive learning through digital platforms. There are so many digital platforms are there. Okay, and they need to focus on problem solving skills, logical reasoning, analytical reasoning, verbal, personality, introduction to real-time programming, engineering careers, and goal setting. So it has to be finished in one first year itself. So total 150 hours of training can be scheduled plus 54 hours of assessments. Okay, we need to take out some time from actual academics actually. Okay, so if you could approach some digital platforms, they are going to suggest you, right? And in the second year, you need to focus on programming skills, especially data structures and Python for all the streams, not only for CS or IT, for all the branches. Okay, and then there is a need of focusing on DBMS, database management concepts also. Okay, try to learn SQL or Oracle. Okay, so apart from that, you need to have continuous online assessments on aptitude, especially plus verbal topics through online portals. Everything is online, right? Okay. Continuous assessment is what it is more required, right? And some BEC certification is also required. Why? Because some people may be their language, medium of instruction is different, may not be English for all the students. Okay, they need to get some, they need to improve their communication skills also. Further, they can do BEC certification. Okay, right? And in the third year, it could be better if everybody can learn data sciences. Okay, data science for all the streams. Okay, if possible, it would be better if you could do one certification course on any digital technologies, maybe it machine learning or data science, especially these two, or full stack development, whatever it is. Okay, and try to participate in industry contests. Companies are going to conduct some hackathons or coding contests. Try to participate in them. Maybe your intern college also, in college fest, they're going to conduct some coding competitions. Okay, so try to participate. You will get awareness. Okay, and try to attempt national level assessments. That could fetch you a lot. Okay. So in the summer break, I suggest you to undergo high intensity program on technical skills at least for 72 hours before you enter 4-1, fourth year, first semester. Just to brush up your all what basics that you learned for first 3 years, starting from C, C++, Java, SQL, Python, whatever. Just try to have high intensity training program. If your college is not providing, there are so many other institutes outside offering these kind of programs. Just find them and try to join the courses. Don't waste your time during the summer. Okay. And once you enter fourth year, first semester, there will be assessments and company pre-placement talks. Placement season comes into the picture. Okay. Right. And based on that, company specific training programs can be offered. Suppose company is coming in the next week. In the present week, at least for 2 to 3 days, company specific trainings can be offered, that there need to be identified the corresponding placement coordinators. Okay. And then you'll be offered internships and you'll be doing some projects. Okay. And later what? Post selection training around boarding. Okay. And what I suggest is not only learning or getting certification on some technology, I suggest you to do some project on that project which can be demonstrated to the recruiters. Okay. Having certificate doesn't fetch you anything. But whatever the knowledge you gain, you must apply it to do a project which can be demonstrated. If you could have such 2 or 3 such projects, okay, that will fetch you a lot. Why? Because you're already proved, you're able to do the projects. They must be demonstrated. Okay. So this could be the training roadmap for 4 years of BTech, irrespective of branch, whatever the branch it is. Okay. And then other than that, a student can perform some key activities. Okay. The first one is there are so many digital platforms are there. Okay. Of course, so many colleges, the colleges are doing is digital platforms are assigned to all the students right from the first year to final year with individual login credentials, where they can find different assessments. Okay. So that that could be one facility that can be provided by the colleges, or even individual as individual also we can purchase. And secondly, continuous assessments and analysis reports shared with the students enable colleges to identify training needs. Okay. No, this is very much important. Okay, as a placement coordinator or a faculty, okay, as a placement team member, one has to analyze the reports after a student is taking the assessment. Okay, try to analyze the reports of the student, and they can be shared with the students. Okay, so by looking at the report or that analysis, we can come to an understand that where he is lagging or where he is good at, what is his strong points and what are his weaknesses also, so that we could focus on their weaknesses, so that we can understand what are the training needs of a particular individual students. This could be done. Okay. And one more key activity can be done is we can conduct mock hackathons in simulated environment to encourage students to participate in various coding challenges. So mock hackathons or coding context can be conducted internally in the college or departments itself. Okay, so that students can improve their coding skills through coding challenges. Right? Not only mock hackathons, mock interviews, mock group discussions can be conducted. Okay, these activities can be done. And we could organize a bootcamp activities to implement the adaptive learning methodology and to identify potential candidates for higher packages. So some colleges, what they are trying to do is they don't allow every student to crack high level packages. Why? Because they will get some bad name from the company. Okay, for that they identify they identify potential candidates who could crack their higher packages by conducting some or organizing boot camps. Right. So this is the activity that can be done. And other activities, design and organize online skill-based training in collaboration with industry experts to make them industry ready. Okay. So in the training, we could involve industry persons. those are already working on some technology. Okay, so we can request them to give some live projects, or we can request them to take our students to work on live projects by giving some internships, something like that. Okay, such training programs which are delivered by industry expert can be facilitated. We need to design them. Okay. Next, high intensity technical training to pre-final years before placement season begins. If the college is not providing, students need to be self-motivated. If you want to land up in a good job with some handsome package, you need to identify the institutes who are offering these kind of trainings. Okay, right. So these are some of the key activities that can be done by the student or colleges other than previously mentioned topics. Okay, and then so these are some of the future jobs. Okay, I'll just have a slide here. They can be what AI or ML specialist. They can be data scientist or analyst, or IoT specialist, and information security analyst, full stack developers, and Python developers. Python also, even just learning a Python programming, okay, people are cracking very wonderful jobs, right? That means Python developer in the sense it is not just learning basic Python programming. Okay, why? Because Python is scattered with so many domains: machine learning, data science, okay, big data, Internet of Things, etc., etc. Okay, once we learn basic Python programming, if you could able to learn, okay, Python with respect to data science, or Python with respect to AI, artificial intelligence, or Python with respect to Internet of Things. Okay, based on the student interest. Why? Because Python works for every domain. Python supports, okay, applications of every domain, almost all domains. Okay, based on the interest, they need to choose once they learn basic Python program. Okay, and finally, I would like to give you 5 tips to improve your coding skills. These are the proven tips actually. Okay, the first one is practice, practice, practice. Okay, why? Because coding is a skill that requires a tons of practice. Everybody has to agree upon this. Okay, well, you can't just wake up on one day and suddenly you can't become a good at coding. You can't become a good coder. Okay, is a continuous process, progressive. You need to be progressive. Okay, it requires tons and tons of practice. Okay, all the good engineers out there, they have worried, I mean, they have worked countless days and nights to perfect their coding skills. Therefore, you should not quit when you start your journey as a programmer or coder. Only thing is, we need to try to make it a habit to code each day, no matter what programming language it is, whether it is C, C++, Python, whatever. Okay, you should not stop it. Try to make it a habit. That could be the first step. All of a sudden, you can't become a coder. It needs a practice. Okay, and secondly, contribute to open source projects. What does it mean, contributing to open source projects? In the sense, this is a part of learning. You should contribute your code or program to open source platforms, such as, for example, we have a GitHub, to improve your programming skills. Okay, and become a better coder. Okay, so whatever you do, you just try to put it on the open platforms, open source platforms such as GitHub. Try to create a GitHub account, and whatever you develop, you just dump the code into that, so that other programmers will come to know about you. Sometimes recruiters also. Okay, that is what. If you have a GitHub account, it is like what you're demonstrating your projects to the outside world. Okay, and just try to show interest in discussions between experienced programmers, and try to listen to them. Okay, and what are they saying? I mean, okay, just listen what they are saying, and try to understand their approach to a problem. That will automatically develop good coding habits on you. Okay, you need to be active and you need to ask questions. That's it, right? And third one is finding mentors. Okay, so try to work with other developers first. It is always good to listen to other coders. So you can do so. You can do so through paid programming. Okay, there is a concept called paid programming. By participating in hackathons or joining a code user group, try to interact with other developers also. So try to get a mentor to whom you can trust to guide you in everything from programming, technically, to career, from programming techniques to career decisions, whatever it is. Okay, only the mentor will be honest with you about about your coding skills, and they're going to give you suggestions and honest feedback based on your performance. This is most crucial. Try to get honest feedback always, whether it's positive or negative. Try to get the honest feedback. So you need to find such mentor. Okay, right? And create, next one is create a project and make it live. Okay, with enough practice, you will be able to build your own projects and applications. So it could be a web application or mobile application, whatever it is. Don't keep it confined with you. Share it with the world and watch other people use your code. Okay, so that will boost your confidence to a great extent and also motivate you to code even better sometimes. Okay, and another benefit of sharing your project with others is that, okay, you demonstrate your skills to future employers and potential clients. Okay, don't confine everything with you. You just explore or share your knowledge to the world. Okay, and last one is attend meetups and observe. That means attending meetups and discussing with the fellow programmers often leads to better solutions. Okay, so your mind tends to evolve more when you talk and listen to others. So this is proven technique actually. Not only coding and whatever it is. Okay, so your mind will be evolving when you talk and listen to others. Okay, so take out every week to explore new languages and technologies that are shaping the world. Observe the coders that you admire and follow their practices. And in this regard, I suggest you to every student to have a LinkedIn account where you can find fellow programmers. You can interact like anything. Sometimes you can get a good mentor also. You can try to connect with the employers also directly. So having LinkedIn, socially, you must be active through LinkedIn. Okay, not Facebook or not Instagram. Socially active in the sense. They are useless, Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so be networking. We need to do networking professionally. Okay, not personally. Okay, so the professional networking site, as I suggest, is you try to have LinkedIn account, everyone. Okay, right? So these are the 5 tips to improve your coding skills. Okay, and the bottom line is what I could suggest is at the end. Okay, what I can see is a last piece of advice. This could be stay fit and healthy. Otherwise, you can easily wreck up your back, shoulders, and wrist by sitting in front of the PC for hours and hours every day. And you might already know most of the suggestions, something like what: sit straight, eat healthy food, and do exercise. Okay, so be healthy. Health is important than wealth. Okay, so don't forget to take care of your health also, right? Why? Because even though you're practicing well or cracking some product development jobs, okay, if your health is not good, okay, it would not be better, right? So focus on your health also, right? Do some minimal exercise. I don't want to, okay, don't I'm not asking you to build some six pack or something like that. Okay, just maintain some minimal exercise. Do some minimal exercise. That's it. Okay, right? And then, so with this approach, whatever we suggested here, okay, so just try to start designing algorithms for your success. Okay, be a creator instead of consumer of a computer science. So this is a very wonderful quote that I like. So that's what I'm sharing with you. Okay, be a creator instead of consumer of computer science, so that you can achieve your goals actually. Okay, so this is what career opportunities are strategy that in computer science perspective, one undergraduate student can have. Not only computer science or IT student, any branch student, EC, electrical, automobile, mechanical, civil, whoever. Okay, if you could follow the 5-step strategy that I've shown you, and if you follow the tips that I've given you, okay, right, you could do wonders. You could gain some good packages if you want to land in some good package in a good company. Okay, try to follow the strategy that I've shown you. So once again, I will show you. This is the 5-step strategy. Okay, learn one programming language, data structures and algorithm, practice in different coding platforms. Okay, have some theoretical knowledge about the subjects, something like networking, OS, DBMS, etc. And at the end, try to participate in open hiring challenges. Nowadays, everything is open. Companies are not confined to only particular colleges or institutes. Okay, everything is open hiring. Anybody can participate. There is no restriction on that. Okay, so if you could follow, I mean, I already told you, practice is the key. You need to practice. Okay, so that's what I can say. So that is from my side. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Pawan,
Yeah.
sir. It was a very good session actually, and we have gained so much information regarding the computer science
Yeah.
field and the career that the students can explore in the computer
Yeah.
science and information technology. So I would like to thank all those participants who were live right now. And I also know most of the participants will not able to make it for the live session. So don't
Okay.
worry, this session will be available on our our business Rozgar YouTube channel. So if you have missed, अगर किसी ने मिस किया है तो वो फिर से जाके देख सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है उसमें. And if you have any doubts also, so just go there and you can just type in the comment box. We'll try to provide the answer by Mr. Pawan. If anyone has any doubt regarding this, any stream or any confusion in your mind, just try to comment there. We'll try to provide the answer. So lastly, I would like to thank Mr. Pawan for taking out the time and delivering a session. Thank you so much. I must appreciate, and thanks from Research Circle and from Business Rozgar. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank Business Rozgar and Research Circle for giving me this opportunity.
Our pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, our pleasure. Thank you, sir.